Hello, this is our first stab at virtual Sunday school. Thanks for joining me today. I know this feels a bit odd for me to not see all of you. I hope you're doing well and having fun and staying positive out there in your homes, staying safe and healthy. So, this is what Sunday school might look like for a little while. I'm going to share a story. We'll probably do a craft or an activity together. I'll give you some tips and tools on how you can do that in your homes, and then just a really short reflection. So let's have a go. Today we're going to read Psalm 23. It's one of the most popular psalms out there. The divine shepherd, God as our shepherd. That's what Pastor Glenn will be preaching on. And so let's dig right in. David the shepherd loved his sheep. He led them to beautiful fields where they ran, played, jumped, and kicked up their heels. They ate the lush green grass and feasted on delicious berries. They drank from cool mountain streams and splashed in refreshing waterfalls. David cared for each and every lamb. If one wandered over the hill, David was quick to go and find it. He put the lost lamb on his shoulders and sang sweet songs and hummed soft melodies. Sometimes he played his harp to help the tired lambs fall asleep. During times of danger, David fought against wild animals with only a slingshot and some stones. His sheep were not afraid because David was always with him. And he also carried a rod and staff. And so we'll hear the more familiar version here next. I'll read it. I'll read the story from the Nrsv. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord my whole life long. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. If you haven't heard the Psalm 23 be read, maybe you've heard it sung before. This is one of my first memories from Dorian Music Festival at Luther College when I was in 7th and 8th grade. We sang this psalm together, and it's always had such an impact on me, as I know it has on many others throughout history. Psalm 23 is about David, who is facing a time of darkness. He talks about the shadow of the valley of death. And being a shepherd, he knows his role of protecting the sheep. And so in this psalm, we hear about David describing God as a shepherd who looks after all of us, even in times of darkness, especially in times of darkness. And I think right now, we're in one of those times of darkness where we're not allowed to go to school, maybe not allowed to see our friends or go to the playground or to the malls or other places we normally go. It feels kind of like a time of isolation and darkness. And so, how wonderful that we have a God who's described as a shepherd, protecting us in these times of darkness. And so, the next step is we're gonna build God as a shepherd today. We're gonna do a craft, and then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that God as shepherd that I build, and I'm gonna put it in a prominent place here in my office to remind me that God is always looking over us and protecting us. And so, without any more talk here, let's go build a craft together. Okay, so doing our first virtual Sunday school craft today. We're going to be building a shepherd because that is who God is in our Psalm 23 story today. So we're going to be building a shepherd using whatever you can find around the house. Maybe you'll use a toilet paper roll. Definitely don't go buy toilet paper for this because it's running out. I found a cup. I already did a little pre-coloring so you didn't have to watch me do some coloring. And here I've got this pipe cleaner I'm using. You can see making his arms. I found this cute little sticker. Kind of looks like a face, but you could color the face on, color the arms on, whatever you want to make your shepherd. It says, "Don't worry, pray." I think that's a great thing we can be doing right now. So that's my little shepherd face. Got the arms. Well, one of the most important things we certainly need is a shepherd's crook or a staff. Thy rod and thy staff shall comfort me. So this is the tool that our shepherd is going to use to protect the sheep. I'm just going to wrap his little hand around it so you can start seeing my shepherd. What else do we need? Well, certainly a shepherd, I think, should look good. So I found this little here. This is going to be his wardrobe. We're going to wrap that around, tie that up in the back. I want my shepherd looking good. So now it's starting to look like a shepherd. But every shepherd certainly needs sheep. So what can we do here? I've got some more stickers. Oops, that one I ripped. Poor sheep. Let's see if I can do a better job with this one. Okay. Oh, careful. That one wants to rip too. Got a cute little sheep there. I'm going to stick the sheep right down here with the shepherd. There's his sheep. Or you could find some nice cotton balls. I'll tuck those in there. So you can see our shepherd has cute little cotton ball sheep here, and there's that sheep. So we've got our little shepherd for the day. So find whatever you'd like. You can use a cup or toilet paper roll as the base and color on the body parts, or you can find different tools to make it look like a shepherd. At this point, you can pause the video and spend a little time making your craft. Enjoy, get creative, find different things, and figure out how to incorporate them into your shepherd God. And then when you're done, find a nice place. You can see I put my shepherd God in a prominent place in my office here. Next, we're going to finish up with just a couple reflection questions and a prayer. At this point, why don't you go ahead and pause and read today's story, Psalm 23, one more time. And finally, a few reflection questions. After I'm done reading them, go ahead and pause and discuss with your family or whoever you're with some of these questions on Psalm 23. Does it sound like David trusts God? Does it sound like David feels safe? Even though there will still be darkness and hard things in life, how does God help you feel safe? And lastly, what is your reaction to this psalm? Go ahead and pause at this time. I hope you've all enjoyed our virtual Sunday school class for the first time this Sunday. I hope we'll continue to do this over the weeks as necessary. Let's finally close in prayer. The Lord be with you. Gracious God, during these times of darkness and doubt, we ask that you be our shepherd, protecting us, guiding us, feeding us, leading us through the valley of death. Please help us to find joy and hope during these troubled times and to feel safe. We pray this in your Son's name. Amen. Thank you.